All right, everyone, let's talk job interviews. You know those things that can leave your stomach in knots no matter how much experience you have?
Oh, tell me about it. The pressure is on, that's for sure.
For sure. So today we are diving deep into this YouTube video that promises to reveal all how to prepare for a job interview in under 10 minutes. 100% success.
100% success rate, huh? I don't know about that. We're going to have to unpack that a bit.
That is a bold claim, no doubt. Let's break it down.
Let's see if we can separate the maybe not so helpful stuff and get to the good stuff. They start off with that very common advice to research the company, right? Check out the website, social media, have a look at their values.
Yeah, it's good advice. But I think it's something that people can tend to just kind of gloss over. Yeah, just check the boxes instead of actually like really looking into it. It's almost like, think of it like you're an investigative journalist, right? Like
Exactly.
what are the recent projects that they're talking about? What are the initiatives that they're highlighting? And then ask yourself, does that excite you? Ooh, I like that take on it. So it's more about like the deep dive, the critical thinking, and not just, a check mark on your to-do list.
Exactly. Think about the tone of their social media, right?
Yeah.
Is it all business? Are they super casual? Do they have like a little bit of humor? You can tell a lot about a company's culture just from something like that.
It's like you're getting a feel for their personality before you even walk in the door, kind of.
Exactly. And then also, don't forget to look at employee testimonials. Sometimes those can be really, really telling.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Do any of those stories like resonate with you?
Yeah.
Like think about what matters to the people who currently work there, because it's probably going to give you a little bit of a window into what it might be like for you.
It's all about connecting those dots and getting the bigger picture, for sure.
Totally. And I think this ties really nicely into how do you answer that question that we all dread? That why do you want to work here? And they actually give kind of a sample answer where you basically connect those dots for them, right? Like you're showing how your values align with the company's values.
Yeah, it's so much better than just going in there and saying like, well, I need a job. Right?
Exactly.
So moving on, let's talk about another question that I know can be tough, and that is that tell me about yourself.
Oh, yeah.
The one that just everybody kind of like squirms a little bit when they hear it.
It's tough, right? But this video gives us this nice little acronym. It's called SEAT. S-E-A-T. Have you heard this one before?
I can't say that I have, but I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Okay, so SEAT. It stands for skills, education, experience, achievements, and type of person you are.
Okay.
So I think what I really like about this is it forces you to start with your skills, right? Like it's leading with this is what's relevant right out the gate.
You grab their attention and you're showing how you're a good fit from the very beginning.
Yes,
Love it.
exactly. Okay, and then I think this is key too. When you're talking about your achievements, let's say you're going for a project manager role, right? Instead of just saying, I'm a great leader, give me an example.
Yeah.
Like, I led a cross-functional team to deliver a complex software project on time, under budget, exceeding client expectations.
Wow. Okay. So you're not just telling them, you're showing them.
Yes, quantifiable achievements are key.
Okay.
All right, should we hit the question that everyone loves to hate?
Yeah. Hit me. I think I know what's coming.
What is your greatest weakness?
It feels like a trap every time.
Right, it does. But this video gave some like interesting options like public speaking, impatience, even, difficulty asking for help, things that aren't going to completely disqualify.
Yeah.
But I think there's a deeper takeaway here.
Okay, I'm listening.
It's not about pretending you don't have weaknesses, because we all do. It's about showing self-awareness and a desire to grow.
Oh, I like that.
Everybody has weaknesses, but it's what are you doing about them? That's what matters.
I love that reframing. So instead of just being like, oh, yeah, I'm impatient, it's like, well, I am working on being more patient, especially when it comes to collaborating with teams on tight deadlines. And to help with that, I've started using, this time management technique, and then give a specific example.
Yes, 100%. You've identified it, but you're also taking ownership and showing proactive steps to improve. I mean, who doesn't want to hire someone like that?
Exactly, yeah. You're turning it from a negative into, well, not a positive necessarily, but you're showing that you're aware and taking steps.
Growth mindset.
Exactly. Okay. So another thing that this video really seems to emphasize is that first impression, right? Those first couple of minutes where you're really setting the tone for the interview.
Absolutely. I mean, first impressions are everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They really are. So they talk about all those basics: dressing professionally, having a nice folder for your resume, and having some questions prepared for the end of the interview. All that good foundational stuff.
Which you'd be surprised how many people overlook the basics.
Oh,
Like
totally.
you'd think, but it happens all the time. But I think this all kind of ties into this bigger point that they touch on, which is preparedness and initiative. And they even suggest like having a 30, 60, 90-day plan ready to discuss.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of those. And it's basically like a plan of what you would be focusing on if you were to get the job.
Yes, exactly. And I know it can feel a little overwhelming, like, whoa, hold on, I haven't even gotten the job yet.
Right,
But
right.
it's not about like handing them this document, like set in stone, this is what I'm doing. It's the thought behind it that matters.
So it's more about showing that you've actually sat down, you've thought about this role, and you've thought about like how you would actually add value and contribute.
Yes. Like put yourself
Yeah.
in the hiring manager's shoes, right?
Sure.
Would you rather hire someone who's just like, yeah, I'm really excited to work here? Or would you rather hire someone who's like, in the first 30 days, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on learning this. And by 60 days, I'm going to be doing this. Like, who are you going to hire?
Right, of course, the one with the plan.
Exactly.
Yeah, even if it's not, set in stone, it at least shows that you're thinking ahead and you're invested in the whole process.
Exactly. And it doesn't even have to be like this whole novel.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you're applying for a marketing role to startup. You could be like, in the first 30 days, I really want to just like immerse myself in your brand, learn everything I can about your target audience. And then by 60 days,
Mm.
I want to identify at least 3 growth opportunities through social media. And by 90 days, I'm hoping to actually like spearhead a whole new campaign.
Mm.
Like, see how that's targeted,
Mhm.
shows initiative, it's tying it back to their needs.
It takes it from being generic and turns it into an actual conversation starter. I like it. So speaking of conversations, the video also mentions, of course, asking questions at the end of your interview. And they give a few examples, like asking about the team dynamic or asking, what the interviewer enjoys most about working there.
Which, by the way, is such a good question.
Yeah.
It can really give you a sense of, like, the day-to-day, what is it really like to work here? But here's where I think we can take this a step further.
Okay.
Instead of just having, like, your little generic list of questions,
Right.
use the research that you've done to ask questions specific to this company. Like, really show them that you've done your homework,
Yeah.
that you're not just, coming in blind,
Yeah.
and that you're genuinely curious about their world.
It's about showing that you're paying attention.
Exactly. Let's say, for example, you're on their website and you notice they're really pushing, sustainability initiatives.
Right.
So instead of just, whatever, asking some generic question, you could be like, I saw your recent initiative on sustainable packaging. What were some of the biggest challenges in implementing that? Like, see, that's showing them, like, I'm listening.
Totally. You're not just there to fill a seat. You're engaged. You're actually listening. You're paying attention. It makes such a difference.
Right. And remember, it's a two-way street.
Yes.
You are interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you.
100%. Yeah.
So asking those questions,
Yeah.
that's for you too. That's to help you figure out, is this going to be the right environment for me?
Right. Is this the right fit?
Exactly.
Okay, so we've gone through this video. It promised us the secrets to a successful interview in under 10 minutes. There were definitely some good nuggets in there. But I think we went a little deeper.
We did some digging, for sure.
Yeah, we dug around a little bit and found, I think, some of those like hidden gems that maybe wouldn't be obvious at first glance.
And that's the beauty of a deep dive, right?
Yeah.
It's not about just like skimming the surface. It's going a little bit deeper.
Yeah, exactly. Taking those nuggets, those tips, and actually making them, a strategy that you can use that feels authentic, that feels empowering.
Yes. And when you understand the why behind it, then you can walk into that interview with confidence. Because it's not just like you're parroting what you saw in a YouTube video. You're like, no, I get it. I internalized this. I got this.
Love that. Confidence is key. And you know what? I bet our listeners have some pretty good interview tips up their sleeves as well.
I'm sure they do.
Right. So, listeners, we want to hear from you. What's your secret sauce for acing those interviews? Head over to our social media. Let's keep this conversation going
Yes, let us know.
because we're all in this together. And until next time, happy interviewing, everyone.